everybody, welcome back to Trentino. It's round 8 of the European 250 Championship, EMX250. We are here at the round of Garda, same Ciclamino circuit that we were at on Saturday and on Tuesday, and we're back here for the final installment of this triple header. Except for the 250 riders, it was just Tuesday and today, so just the 2 rounds for these guys. Race 1 was a fantastic one between Andrea Bonacorsi and Kevin Horgmo. Those two came over the line first and second. They were pretty much wheel to wheel, bar to bar the entire race, but it was the Italian, Andrea Bonacorsi, who crossed the line to take his second win of the season. Horgmo second, Lapucci, the championship leader, Nick Lapucci, he led on the opening lap, fell, picked himself up in around 11th, 12th place, and then obviously battled back to get to third. Cornelius Toendel was fourth, ahead of his fellow Norwegian, fifth, Håkan Fredriksson. Liam Everts came home sixth, ahead of Jeremy Sido, Maxim Gros, Aurel Oliver, David Braceras. The racetrack here, hard, slick, and it's pretty chilly as well. No sun since first thing this morning, so the temperature has dropped significantly, and it is very, very chilly out there. So the riders have been out on their sighting lap. They're now back, as you can see, and no wonder those guys are all wrapped up warm. It's okay for me. I've got my... and there's a good guy on the left-hand side, just before, with the Majora Park coat on. You see him in a lot of the top riders' Instagram posts. He knows who he is. But he's a keen fan of racing, and good to have him here as well. Anyway, Nick Lapucci, centre of the gate. Other riders favouring to go closer to the inside. Everts just inside him. Talviku there, the 104 of Sido. The 696 of Mike Guerda. 24, Horgmo, just in front of the aero backdrop there. Here's how the riders line up. Horgmo was on pole. He was only a couple tenths quicker than Lapucci, and as always in EMX, where we have 2 groups, the fastest group goes to the line first in the second group. So if you're top of Group 1, and top of Group 2, you alternate like that. And if it was Group 2 was fastest, then obviously the winner of Group 2 will go to the line ahead of Group 1. Bang, 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 alternate. And that's how they determine it. But 40 riders going to the grid today. A little bit chilly, eh, girls? The cloud is coming in, and obviously tonight, it's the last night of British summertime, if you like. The clocks will go back just after midnight. Show us your teeth, Lapucci. He did that last time, race 2. He ended up crashing 3 times here on Tuesday, but we know he can get a whole shot. He pulled a perfect one in race 1. So the clocks go back tonight. We start an hour earlier tomorrow as well. So Liam Everts, he'll be hoping to capitalise on 6th place. He started just outside of the top 10 in race 1. But EMX250, tell you what, it's a tough, tough class. Dave Kuica just going to the line there, the 484. But all eyes will be on the centre of the gate. Or maybe they'll be up the inside there with Kevin Horgmo, the SM Action Racing Team US battery gas rider. Been on the podium handful of times so far this year. Got a win in Latvia, round 4. Andrea Bonacorsi still searching for his first 250 European Championship win. He's been on the podium the last 3 rounds, 3rd, 2nd and 3rd. He won race 1 today. Will today be the day that he gets to stand on the top step of the podium, and where better place to do it than at home in Italy. There's the number 3 of Federico Tuani, the 319 of Quentin Marc Prunier, 94 there of Braceras, 44 of Elzinger, 427 Håkan Fredriksson, 302 winner last time out here on Tuesday, Cornelius Toendel. I think we're all good to go. Green flag down here, Fly Racing 15-second board up for the final time then here at round 8, the round of Garda. 651 on the inside gate, Mikko Vetic, the TVS Conversions Racing Team KTM rider. 5-second board turns, eyes to the centre of the gate or to the fluorescent of Horgmo. Who will it be that grabs that whole shot? A good jump from the 24 of Horgmo, but then he just loses his way ever so slightly. He holds a nice tight line coming through the turn though, and he's all over the back of Lapucci. But we've got riders down. Prunier looks like one of them potentially. But over the line we go, and it's Lapucci who leads from Horgmo. Sido is 3rd, Grell 4, Martinez, Everts, Gerhardsen, Bonacorsi in about 13th position at the moment. Your winner from race 1. All just trying to maintain position, not make any silly mistakes on the opening lap. Very easy, though, when you're bunched in amongst the pack. But the top two in the championship right here. First and second. Just behind them, Jeremy Sido, the Hutton Mattal. And then is that Cornelius Toendel already? Yes, it is. It's up to 4th place. Then Everts in 5th. 6th is Iago Martinez. Then Emil Weckman, who got a penalty for 10 positions in race 1 for not respecting the yellows. Waved yellows. Everts just behind Toendel, the 72. Oh, Iago Martinez back end misbehaving there on the way down the hill. And Fredriksson up the inside of Emil Weckman. I'm just wondering whether he made the pass stick. Did he? No, he didn't. But he's coming back for more. Somehow he managed to prop himself up on the bank through that left-hander. First 4 riders, top of the hill. Lapucci, Horgmo, Sido, and Toendel. See how people have moved in and around on this opening lap, shall we? Here's your winner from race 1, 35. Bonacorsi was 13th when they came out of the first 2 corners and hit the line for the first time. But is he still there? Yes or no? We'll soon find out. But Lapucci doing his best to fend off the shackles from or the attack from the 24 of Kevin Horgmo. Absolutely nothing in it. This is how close it was in race 1 between Horgmo and Bonacorsi. But Bonacorsi out. He's down in 23rd place. Oh, he got caught on the uphill there with the 744 of Saad Suleimani. So 32nd place for Andrea Bonacorsi. So that top step visit to the podium not going to happen today. Meanwhile, nothing in it between these two yet again. Nick Lapucci and Kevin Horgmo. 250 Fantic 2-stroke. Oh, on a bobble there for the Italian. He's all at sea there, left and right. And this will be an easy opportunity for Horgmo to go through. Lapucci, though, he should have just held his line. Horgmo tried to get smart there and defend. And these two, fun and games between them. And all of a sudden, Sido there ready to pick up the pieces. But if Horgmo had just held his line and just focused on himself, he would have just come out of that turn with the lead. But because he then went forward, Lapucci read it, and he was able to respond immediately. Maybe just getting wrapped up in the whole championship scenario. Start of the day, 33 points separated them. Going into race 2, 31 points separated them. Toendel alongside Sido, but Sido just holding firm in that 3rd place on the Hutton Mattal Yamaha, the Riley Racing Yamaha, though. Cornelius Toendel, who's looking at another podium at the moment, 3rd overall. Desperate to find his way past Jeremy Sido for 3rd. Look how polished the ground is now coming out of those deep, choppy ruts. Doubling over the road there. Horgmo chasing traction, finds good traction as well. Gets back to the outside of Lapucci. He'll straighten up sooner. So the time that he lost earlier on, he's right back there. Here is the number 35, Bonacorsi. Bonacorsi there, look, going to the inside. This is on the opening lap, just ran into Saad Suleimani. So the French and the Italian rider go sprawling to the deck, but a lap ago through here as Cornelius Toendel takes over 3rd from Jeremy Sido. Lapucci and Horgmo traded places there a lap ago for the lead. And those two still fighting over the lead. So Toendel then up into 3rd place. Everts still there, so too Iago Martinez, the 67 on the VRT Norpesca Holland KTM. Horgmo alongside, showing a wheel to the Italian, who's just trying to hold that nice tight line, making Horgmo think outside of the box. 2 laps, 3 laps complete now. Following his wheel tracks through that final turn. Lapucci will close down the door. That's exactly what he does. Horgmo, nice sweeping line through there, not going as deep, but couldn't do anything because Lapucci was right there where he wanted to be. He'll go round the outside here of the single. It's a straighter drop down into this bottom corner. Again, he'll chase dirt round the outside, will he, on the exit of the turn? Oh, Lapucci almost brake checked him there. Lapucci has his hands full here, doesn't he? Meanwhile, Everts 5, Martinez 6, Fredriksson 7, Weckman, Peter Ratuski and Albin Gerhardsson, they round out the top 10. Miko Vetic 11, David Braceras 12, Mike Guerra, Rick Elsinger, Vittorio Alonso Rodillo is 15, Max Spies is next, and then we've got Joel Rizzi, Jan Krajewski, Jürgen Matthias Talviku and Andrea Bonacorsi suddenly up into 20th place. Some hard riding from the Italian. He was 32nd a couple of laps ago. Right, Horgmo trying to chase the dirt again, gets that good drive. He'll go the long way round, will he? No, he cuts back to the inside. Locks back in behind the Fantic. Will he switch to the inside? Yes, he does now. He's got to be aggressive, but Lapucci read it, got on the gas early, and actually Horgmo probably could have gone for the juggler there. The juggler. Just in case anybody was second guessing what I said. Right, Lapucci, 4 laps in front. Fantic factory Matty Ryder still doing his best to keep Kevin Horgmo at bay. Cornelius Toendel, though, is he quicker than these two at the moment? 48.0, 48.1, 47.5. A definitive yes. Sido is 4, Everts 5. Frustrating day for Kevin Horgmo. Those two second. Kevin Horgmo second, Lapucci third in race 1. A win for Lapucci in Horgmo second would see Lapucci take the overall by a point. Håkan Fredriksson down the inside of Iago Martinez for 6th place. Just showed him the rear end of his Riley Racing Yamaha. All of a sudden, he's got clear track to go after Liam Everts. Okay, there you go. These two definitely having a laugh, aren't they? Can he get the angle? Yes, he can. No, he can't. They're definitely tripping each other up. Give it a lap or two, and Cornelius Toendel, he'll be all over him in the blink of an eye. He's got that line sorted, hasn't he, Lapucci? Gets on the gas early, rails that bank. This is for the overall between these two, by the way. And Cornelius Toendel knocking on the door. Look how much he's gained as well. All of a sudden, 3 riders on the same piece of racetrack going to be challenging for the lead. Tries to take that sweep, but he's just going to drop into the same line. Good ride this from Toendel. Horgmo goes wide to react to anything Lapucci does. The second Norwegian in the race with the yellow helmet is going to be right up the inside like a rat up a drain pipe. Horgmo then all of a sudden is going to have to ride a little bit smarter because he will be thinking of a way to capitalise on Lapucci, read what he's doing, think about what's going on behind. A little bit long there coming into Landers. Guerda finding his way past Vetic, and Bonacorsi also finding his way round Vetic. He's in amongst it, isn't he? Andrea Bonacorsi. I tell you what, he is not scared today, is he? Found his way into 13th place, and there's made 2 passes in as many corners, and then Vetic spins up on the TBS Conversions KTM. Håkan Fredriksson knocking on the door at Liam Everts Platz. makes a mess of that left-hand turn. Fortunately, there's a good line around the outside in which he can fall back on, but once again, these two. One side of the track to the other for Lapucci, right to left. Horgmo knows he's got to go the long way round. As soon as he does that, guess what? Oh, and he does get alongside. Going to be a drag race, but he's going to get the door shut in his face at the end of the straight here. Unless he can cut back and go round the outside, he does! It ends in tears, and look, who's there to pick up the pieces? Cornelius Toendel goes from third to second. Not sure what hello for in Norwegian is, but Cornelius Toendel didn't even blink as he went by Kevin Horgmo. All of a sudden, Lapucci thinks he's dealing with Horgmo. Guess what? Toendel may just do Horgmo a favour here. And he does, gets up the inside, gets alongside. Lapucci's going to take a quick look over and go, hang on a minute, where did you come from, fella? And using different lines, just thinking outside the box, just getting his head down, just going for broke. Cornelius Toendel is going to go around the outside of Lapucci. He's not going to take any Brad Pitt from him here, is he? Up the inside, and look at that, sails into the lead. He's just got to go defensive here now, hold a nice tight line. That's exactly what he does, and throws it away. All the hard work done. And let off for Lapucci. And Horgmo's right back where he needs to be. Meanwhile, Sido, Everts, Håkan Fredriksson on the ski jump there before the city banner, and Everts alongside Sido moving into third place. Still got some work to do around the outside. Seven laps complete. Lapucci, Horgmo separated by 0.6 of a second. Everts just there in third. Then, tell you what, need to get some blades fitted to that Riley Racing Yamaha, because any higher up the bank, Håkan Fredriksson was going lawnmower cutting there. And things settle down here, yes or no? Toendel picked himself up in 6th place, by the way, after challenging for the lead. Here's Bonacorsi, now up into 12th place. Getting closer to the podium as well, by the way. He's just a point off of Liam Everts. Liam Everts is on the podium. Third overall, it's Lapucci on 45, Horgmo on 44, Everts 35, Bonacorsi 34, Toendel 33. So the third step still to be decided. That was the turn where Toendel fell a lap ago. From the lead as he found his way past Lapucci. Doesn't want to take that outside line. He knows he's under attack from Kevin Horgmo. The SM Action Racing Team US battery gas rider, number 24. Again, can't miss him in the high vis. He got on the outside of Lapucci here a couple of laps ago. He's done the same again, up on the pegs, nicely done, but just a little bit deep midway through the turn. Everts was 2 seconds off this group, start of the lap, but all of a sudden the 72 Liemski KTM rider is breaking free from Sido. The gap now between the first three, 1.8 seconds, and Bonacorsi just running into trouble. So the Hutton Metal Yamaha rider, watch this here, just gets out the turn, oh, back end lights up, and then just throws him down. Handlebar in the minstrels. First, second, third, Lapucci, Horgmo, Everts. It's the second race that Horgmo's had like this, where he's been frustrated behind the race leader. You would have thought by now he would have taken a leaf out of Cornelius Toendel's book, because it was he who was creating the magic. He quickly got his way into fourth, then third, then second. He's trying something similar And he is trying to get along the outside as the back end just kicks out, but he's got to go and commit to the outside here, has he? Yes, he has. And again, Lapucci knows he's there. Lapucci short on the step up. Liam Evans rubbing his hands at the moment behind these two, going, yeah, you keep on going, boys. Got a go-go gadget, dustpan and brush tucked away somewhere, just in case. Again, closing down the door on the takeoff, Lapucci. You see him checking up here. He knows Horgmo's going to bury it around the outside, and he does. He commits fully this time around. Change of lead on lap 9. Horgmo is your new leader. He's the overall classification winner as well, as it stands right now. 1.8 seconds, no longer separating the first three, because as they hit the line this time around, it's down to 1.2. Maybe Lapucci done leading the way, just thinking, okay, you know what, next 8 minutes or so, +2, you can have it. I'll launch an attack of my own. He also had a hard ride in the first race, remember, did Lapucci. So this is down to Kevin Horgmo now, just to try and break free early. Take control of the situation. But now he's falling into the clutches of Liam Evans, who's knocking on the door for second. Evans already been on the podium just the once this year. That was at Os in the Netherlands, where he was 3rd overall. Got a 5th and a 2nd that day. 6th in race 1 today, currently 3rd in race 2. Okay for a podium at the moment, but with Bonacorsi picking himself up off the floor and hanging around there in 12th place, he's the danger man at the moment. Locks in behind Lapucci. Sido's still there. Impressive ride this from the German, but Håkan Fredriksson getting good ground. Goes around the outside, does he? Yeah, but he's not going to find a way through into 4th place, or he might do now at bottom of the hill. And he does. He has to go straight on. So Håkan Fredriksson now from 5th to 4th with that pass on Sido. Lapucci under attack from Evans. Evans sides his way up the inside, rails the berm, doesn't even blink, moves into 2nd place. This is exactly what Kevin Horgmo needed, as he sets the fastest lap of the race, a 1:46.3. He's broken clear by 3.1 seconds over Evans, who's now 2nd, Lapucci, who's now 3rd, under attack from Håkan Fredriksson. And Fredriksson, I tell you what, he's got big elbows as well, hasn't he? He's not scared to lean on anybody. So Lapucci needs to be mindful. Oh, and he loses out there on the exit. Håkan Fredriksson now up in the 3rd place. And Lapucci starting to look around here. Jeremy Sido fancies his chances as well, doesn't he? Just keeping an eye on Bonacorsi. Bonacorsi is well off the podium now, because Fredriksson is knocking on the door for a 3rd step. Not quite there yet, though. As it stands, Horgmo 2nd and 1st, 47 points. Lapucci was on the 2nd step with 2 3rd place finishes, but he is now in 4th in this race. Here's Bonacorsi. There's the gap he's got to make up to Albin Gerhardsson, the number 52 from Sweden. Mike Werder just behind him, WZ Racing. Quite a way off, just needs to keep his chin up here, does Bonacorsi. Good effort though, but he's currently 3 points off of the podium spots. Even if he can pick off 3 riders, Liam Evans there in 2nd would still take the 3rd step of the podium because of his 2nd place, where he currently resides at the moment. So 4 passes needed for Bonacorsi if he's to get on the box here. Horgmo, 3.6 seconds clear all of a sudden. Done the hard bit, got to the front, pulled some ground. Gap at the start of the day, Nick Lapucci was 33 points clear of Kevin Horgmo. Horgmo stays where he is up front, and Lapucci where he is in 4th place. Gap is down to 24 points, so less than a race. Still got 2 rounds to go. Both of those in Mantova, so Saturday and Tuesday. Håkan Fredriksson. He is currently on 36 points. This is the fight for 3rd overall in the round. If he can find his way past Liam Everts, those two swap places. Fredriksson's on the podium, and Everts is off of it. 2 riders down, one of those Talviku, and the other one Maxim Gros. So those two, what, 16th and 17th place they were. Lap times this time around, the end of lap 12, 1:48.2 for Kevin Horgmo. He's just over 3 seconds clear of Liam Everts, who posted a 1:47.7, 4 tenths quicker than him. Håkan Fredriksson, who's just chipping away at that 2nd place of Liam Everts. Nicholas Lapucci is going to be 2nd overall as it stands right now, but if Fredriksson can find his way past Liam Everts, Everts off the podium, Fredriksson moves from 4th to 2nd, because he'll be on the same points as Lapucci. Here is Lapucci coming towards us. Number 21, he's in 4th place. Hutton Matal, Yamaha of Jeremy Sido is next, 1:08. Meanwhile, Bonacorsi has found his way on to Peter Ratuski. The 1:99. JD Gunnex KTM in red. Tough day at the office for the big Italian Bonacorsi. Who else is right there in his line of sight? Alvin Gerhardsson, where is he actually? Is he there? Is that him? Just round the corner, yes it is. So the 52, as Bonacorsi takes a position away. So gains a place, moves up to 11th place at the moment. He's got Gerhardsson just ahead of him, and then Elzinga might be a slightly tougher nut to crack, especially because he's probably about 15, 16 seconds up the track. Anyway, 13 laps complete. Horgmo now only 2.1 seconds clear of Everts, who's getting pushed on by Håkan Fredriksson here in 3rd. Horgmo in the bottom corner there, 1st, 2nd and 3rd, starting to concertina up again. Good hard ride this from Fredriksson, good solid ride again from Liam Everts. Are they going to catch Kevin Horgmo? Horgmo, who had a difficult ride to 2nd in race 1, looked like he was going to have a similar type of race as he tried to find his way past Lapucci, but he did. He made a break. He was 3 seconds clear. That gap now 2.1 and coming down all the time as Fredriksson down the inside of Everts, who will respond immediately, and he does. Holds on to that 2nd place. This will do Horgmo a favour, but then he likes that outside line, doesn't he? Fredriksson charges down the inside, not afraid to show a wheel, is the big man, and moves into 2nd place. This is going to dump Everts off the podium and Lapucci down to 3rd. Crucially, we've got a Norwegian 1-2, and the battle for the Norwegians begins now. And the bragging rights, which Norwegian rider is going to cross the line first at the end of this race. So Horgmo 3.5 seconds clear. A 1:47.3. Hakan Fredriksson only 6/10 behind, even coming through traffic on his way past Liam Everts, who's now third there, the number 72. Lapucci is 6 seconds further back and fourth. Sido 5, Toendel 6, waiting for him to come through. Then we should have Emil Weckman, Honda Racing Asamoto, Jago Martinez, VRT Norpeska Holland, KTM, Elzinger's TBS Conversions, KTM, and Albin Gerhardsson on the number 52. Oh, I tell you what, if only carrots were yellow, they probably are in some places, because Hakan Fredriksson closing in on Kevin Horgmo. Oh, spins it up as he just trying too hard. Nervous look over the shoulder there from the big man. Podium as it stands right now: Horgmo 37, Fredriksson 38, Lapucci 38, Everts 35, Bonacorsi 35 in 5th place. You see how the ground is so loose as well. Riders struggling for traction front and rear now. Getting ready to take the 1-lap board. Kevin Horgmo has just the 1 race win so far this year. There he is in the pit lane. Then there's a back marker, 2 back markers now, and then the yellow in the final turn now of Hakan Fredriksson. See what the gap is this time around as we go into the final lap. Kevin Horgmo's race and overall to lose 3.1. He has a bit of breathing space as Everts tries to apply the pressure to Hakan Fredriksson. Back markers trying to stay out of the way, but are they going to interfere with play? We'll soon find out. Well, he goes to the outside. Fredriksson and Everts go in line astern. This is to get Everts back on the podium. I'm sure he would have had the pit board to say, Podium, you must pass. Running out of time now, Everts. Can he magic something up? Well, he gets good drive out of there. And he does get alongside. He does fight back into 2nd place. Everts back on the podium. He can't afford to leave the door open here, though. Oh, and look how menacing Fredriksson is. Liam Everts over the bars, down, just catches that hole. Oh, stunned himself there momentarily. Picks himself up. Hakan Fredriksson will stay back in 2nd place, but it's going to be Kevin Horgmo. Kevin Horgmo out of the final turn. He wins race 2. He takes his 2nd race win of the season. He wins here at the EMX round of Garda. Fredriksson 2nd, an eventful end. Lapucci will cross the line 3rd. The gap will go back to 26 points. Sido 4th. Where did Everts pick himself up? He'll be limping home, that's for sure, and that's definitely going to hurt in the morning. Tough race. Tough end to the race for Liam Everts. Cornelius Toendel 5, Liam Everts 6, Emil Weckman 7, Rick Elzinger 8, Jago Martinez 9, and Andrea Bonacorsi 10. Everts over the bars. So near, yet so far. Bonacorsi goes through. And Hakan Fredriksson having to push his bike back there, so I'm not sure if he obviously has some kind of problem there, but Hakan Fredriksson will end the day 3rd overall. Try and bump start it just out of sight. But what an end. Riders still coming home. Kevin Horgmo gets another win under his belt here. The SM Action Racing Team USA Battery Gas rider on the top step for the second time this year after winning in Latvia.
Kevin Horgmo, massive congratulations. A race win and a second overall victory of the season. Not a bad day for you.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so happy I could push all the moto and not make too many mistakes, but so difficult to pass here, but I made it happen. And yeah, I think it's a big turn of events now, so I'm feeling really good, and hopefully I can keep the momentum going.
Great job. Thanks, Kevin.
Thank you.
Kevin Horgmo takes his second overall win of the season. Does it with a second and a first as well. It's his second race win. And he said he was able to push the entire race. Well, he certainly took the challenge to his closest rival, Nicholas Lapucci, who faded to fourth until Everts fell on the final lap, where he was able to inherit third. But good job. Congratulations, Kevin Horgmo and the team. Official confirmation then of EMX250 Race 2 here at Garda. And it was a win for Kevin Horgmo. He wins by almost 4 seconds over Håkan Fredriksson, then Nick Lapucci third, Jeremy Sido, Cornelius Toendel. Liam Everts remounted for 6th on the final lap ahead of Emil Weckman and Rick Elsinger. Then we had Jago Martinez, Andrea Bonacorsi, Albin Gerhardsson, Peter Ratuski, Mike Garda, Max Spies, David Bristeras, Saad Suleimani, Victoria Alonso, Rodia, Ralf Muirson, Jan Kajansky and Quentin Marc Prunier. Kevin Horgmo takes his second win of the season, race win and overall victory. Nick Lapucci lost 7 points of his championship lead to the Norwegian Fredriksson on the podium third. Bonacorsi and Toendel ran out the top 5. Look at that, 3 Norwegians in the top 5. Lapucci continues to lead the championship, but until the final lap, his lead had been cut to 24. Had Everts not crashed and stayed where he was, but it ends up being 26 points now between Lapucci and Horgmo as we go into the final 2 rounds. Elsinger third, no change apart from Fredriksson now moving up into 7th, ahead of Jago Martinez, who falls to 8th. Fantic continue to lead the way in the Manufacturers' Championship. Gas Yamaha have advanced a couple of positions as KTM dropped to 4th. But what another exciting race we had from the EMX250 riders. So getting ready for the podium then here, round 8 of the European 250 Championship, EMX250. The round of Garda at this Ciclamino circuit in Pietramarata. Third overall, Håkan Fredriksson. 2 podiums now for the Riley Racing Yamaha rider. A win in France a couple of rounds ago. Third overall today with a 5th and a 2nd. Nicholas Lapucci, Fantic Factory Team Maddie, has to be content with 2nd overall, with 2 third-place finishes. That last race looked like it took a little bit out of him. But Kevin Horgmo, the SM Action Racing Team USA Battery Gas rider, and good to see the Norwegians respect for each other there, 1st and 3rd on the day. These guys are going to be trouble later on, aren't they? in the best possible way. Marco Innocenti, the MC Arco councillor, takes the 3rd place trophy to Håkan Fredriksson. Silvio Regatti, APT Garda Trentino president, hands the 2nd place trophy to Nick Lapucci.
Ed ora il presidente della Federazione Motociclistica Italiana, ma oggi il rappresentante della FIM, consegna il trofeo.
Giovanni Coppioli, the FIM board member, hands the winner's trophy to Kevin Horgmo on the top step of the podium. And Mr. Emmanuel Giovanelli, takes the team trophy for SM Action Racing. Just a matter of the championship leader's red plate. Well, it arrived here on the front of the Fantic of Nick Lapucci. It leaves here on that same machine. It was 33 points, it's now 26 points. 2 rounds to go, Mantova. Nick Lapucci continues to lead EMX250. But it's another Norwegian on the top step of the podium. Norwegians winning the last 3 rounds here. Kevin Horgmo winning today, Cornelius Toendel a couple of days ago, and Håkan Fredriksson in France. Top 3 here today. Kevin Horgmo, your winner from Nick Lapucci and Håkan Fredriksson, and the last 3 rounds have been a clean sweep of victories for Norwegians. With Kevin Horgmo winning here today, Cornelius Toendel on Tuesday, and in France it was that man on the right, Håkan Fredriksson. We will catch the top 3 in just a few moments' time, but before we do, let's recap an eventful second EMX250 race, shall we? EMX250 race 2 here, round 8 at Garda. Once again, Nick Lapucci crossed the whole shot line ahead of everybody else. This time he was followed through, though, by the 24 of Horgmo, the 104 of Sido. Jorge Martinez was in there, so too Liam Everts. And Cornelius Toendel had a good jump as well, but race 1 winner, Andrea Bonacorsi, got tagged there by Suleimani. He would have a hard ride through the field from there. Håkan Fredriksson down the inside of Martinez as he moved into 6th position. The battle for the lead, though, between Horgmo and Lapucci. Horgmo losing out to Cornelius Toendel, who'd sprung an attack from nowhere. He then found his way past Lapucci and then fell immediately afterwards. Toendel would come home in 5th position. Everts got himself into 3rd with that pass top of your screen on the 104 of Jeremy Sido. As Bonacorsi fell again, he would eventually come home in 10th position. A daring move around the outside finally paid off for Horgmo as he took the lead from Lapucci, who then came under attack from Everts. Everts sailed on by into 2nd place, and the man in yellow was also closing in, Håkan Fredriksson. He took advantage of a mistake from Lapucci to move into 3rd, and that's how it looked. It would stay, but then Fredriksson down the inside of Evertsson for 2nd. He retaliated immediately, got himself back into 2nd, over on the far side of the circuit. This was for the podium. And then 2 corners later, Everts over the bars. He picked himself up to finish in 6th. Kevin Horgmo won the race by 4 seconds over Håkan Fredriksson, Lapucci, Sido and Toendel. And then the podium looks like this. First overall, Kevin Horgmo with his 2nd victory of the season, Lapucci 2nd, Fredriksson 3rd, Bonacorsi, the race 1 winner, just missing out. Lapucci, though, now leads by 26 points over Kevin Horgmo, Elsinger 3rd. The gap coming down from 33 points. But Nick Lapucci continues to lead the championship. Kevin Horgmo, your winner here today. And that was EMX250 here, round 8 at Garda.
Kevin Horgmo, massive congratulations. Second overall of the season for you. It looked like two frustrating races for you in second there. You couldn't quite make the pass in that first race, but you got the job done in race 2 for the race win.
Yeah, really in the race 1 I was just stuck behind, but then in race 2 I just had to go for it because I knew that it maybe was for the overall. I didn't know where Andrea was, so I just sent it and tried my best, and yeah, got around Lapucci there in the end. We had some back and forth moments, and really happy to get past him. And then yeah, I saw Horgmo was closing in on the end, so I had to push till the finish line.
Great job, thanks Kevin.
Thank you.
Second overall today we have Nicholas Lapucci. Nicholas, I guess it's quite a tough day for you in all. That first race you lost the lead, went down, had to regroup. Second race, lost the lead, but it just looked like you started to fade a bit towards the end there. Tell us about it.
Yeah, for sure. It was a difficult day for me. First moto, I lost the lead due to a problem. So, yeah, I was pretty bummed about it. Second moto, I tried my best. I pulled the oil shot. I give 110%, but it wasn't enough. So, yeah, it is what it is. Second overall, we think about the championship now. We have 2 more rounds to go in the soft dirt of Mantua, so it will be better for sure for the 2-stroke that they make the things really difficult for me.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Third overall today we have Håkan Fredriksson. Håkan, a 5th in race 1, a 2nd in that second race, really on a charge to get your second podium of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really satisfied by my day. Of course, I'm satisfied by a podium, but yeah, my riding in race 1 was not so good, and race 2 I took a real chance and went for scoop tire because of the start, but I didn't turn out that good. Had really bad traction all over the track, so should have go for a normal tire. But yeah, I'm happy to be on the podium. So thank you to all my supporters and my team, and yeah, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Håkan.
Håkan Fredriksson of Norway and Riley Racing Yamaha, third overall. You know what? A couple of days ago, people were talking about whether you could get away with a scoop, but obviously Håkan Fredriksson answering the question there. Good for the start, but nowhere else on the track. So hard intermediates all round then, I guess. But he was third overall today with a 5th and a 2nd. Nick Lapucci, 2nd overall, 2 third-place finishes. The 2-stroke at a disadvantage on the hard, slick surface here of Trentino. He can't wait to get to the sands of Mantova. Thinking about the championship already. Just get the job done. That's what he's thinking. But Kevin Horgmo made him work very, very hard. He has cut the gap now by 7 points. And Kevin Horgmo, the SM Action, US Battery, Racing Gas. A 2nd and a 1st today. 2nd race win, a 2nd overall victory. He's still 2nd in the championship, but he was looking good today. And that's it. We are out of time here. Thibaut Beneston down there on the gate. He's going to be providing our GoPro track preview tomorrow, which you'll see live in the MX2 broadcast race 1. But that's it. We're out of time. Thanks for your time and your company. We'll be back tomorrow at the earlier time tomorrow, 8:30 for MX2 time practice. The clocks go back tonight. Don't forget. We'll see you then. Bye for now.